just bugging.
In 2017, we purchased 3 72 Beetles. The first one was my 72 Beetle, which you guys saw the story on in a past video. The second one was actually a Super Beetle, which we purchased in our neighborhood and ended up restoring, which is what started all just bugging, and selling it to Allie. The third one was a Super Beetle too, but this time it had a sunroof, and my father gave this one to me after I lost my first 72 in a wreck. In June of 2020, I actually went out and started working on this 72 Super and sanding it and getting it ready to do a restoration where I was going to do it as a tribute car for Little Peep, also known as Gus, which passed away in 2017 due to an accidental fentanyl Xanax overdose. Now, the goal with the car was to show your scars. So we were going to do steampunk bandages where it looked like it actually had a bandage on certain areas of the car that's been fixed with weld repairs. We were going to clear coat those bandages and leave them raw metal and have them show throughout the pink and black paint. Above the trim would be pink and under the trim would be black. As you see in the first few clips, I actually filmed me working on it and sanding it down and showing you guys the chassis and everything, and I took the bolts off to remove the body off of the chassis. We ended up never taking the body off the chassis. Now, the reason why we didn't go through with this project is because it ended up looking like it was going to be a lot more money, and we ended up getting the 66 wannabe, so there was really no need in further continuing this project, even though I really wanted to do a tribute vehicle for him because I really enjoyed his music and happened to find out about him right after he passed away in 2017. So it was kind of going to be a tribute, but it didn't work out. I ended up having the paint. I actually have pink and black paint sitting right behind me, but we never ended up using it. And so as you guys see in this video, we ended up selling this vehicle to a guy named Guy. So stay tuned to see that. Sorry for the long intro, but I had to give you guys kind of a backstory to everything. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Hey guys, what's up? It's Dalton. So yeah, I'm hopping on now and I'm working on my Beetle. This is my second Beetle. It's a 1972 Super Beetle with a sunroof. I've already taken off all the bolts off the body except 2 on the driver's side that were stripped and 1 on that side that I couldn't get out. I got the few that are back there, and you see a snake shedded in here too. But yeah, all the bolts are there, and then I got the 2 front bolts off down there, and then I want to say there's 9 on this side, about 9 on that side, or something like that. I don't know. I looked it up. You got the 2 down there, 3 here plus this one, 3 here plus that one. Haven't got those 2 off yet. I'm gonna wait until I get that one and the other 2 off. But basically what we're doing is we're gonna be taking this body and we're gonna be putting it on a new chassis. So here's the chassis that it's going on. I already got a tranny starter, you know, nice new floorboards and everything. So for the past few days I've been editing, but I got out here this morning at about 8 a.m. and this is where I've gotten so far from here to here. This is where we got on Tuesday. We put a rust preventator on there so it doesn't rust any further. This is what we put on there. Rust dissolver gel, Permatex. So I'm gonna lather it with some Permatex and we'll be good. Hopefully it won't rust. So the Permatex is now laid down and I think it's good. It won't rust, so I'll be back, you know, here in a day or so and start sanding it again. Yeah, I never came back. Let's just fast forward to 11 months from now, to April of 2021.
Many months later.
He told you about what we were doing with it before, is to show your scars, kind of patches, but
Yeah.
it's not my quality of metal work because I can make it look like it's gone, but he wanted it like this. You know, you see it at the Bug Jam, and see that was like a Band-Aid. But the body, I mean, other than this, I'm sure you will too.
Yeah.
I've done a whole lot worse than this.
Super common on
it. Yeah. But the heater channel's in great shape. It's just that one where the harness went through.
Okay.
And the package tray, just a couple of Swiss cheese holes. Somebody, I wasn't the one that cut this stuff, so the person I bought it from was doing this, and I said I'll just as soon pull it off the body and either replace the floors, and then my friend came across that.
Yeah.
He bought the wrong thing.
Like he was gonna do a mix or something?
Yeah, it was for his dune buggy back here, and I told him if it's got struts on it, it's
That
not,
body back there in the corner.
that's not the one you want. And
Okay.
He didn't know it was shortened.
oh, and this thing, speaking of that, I wanted to remember that. I forgot this is one there. These are the lowering struts.
Oh, really?
They already has them on it.
Okay.
Now, the only thing I don't think is correct is, I don't know if you've ever done it before, you cannot put the same
Sway bar
back on.
Okay.
The one that's on that yellow one up front, I did it. I installed this whole setup on it. and you have to get that from hardline.
Okay.
Because when you drop it down, you change the geometry.
Gotcha.
And if you lay that beside the hardline one, you'll see the difference, and it's like 3/4 as much stouter
Okay.
than it.
And the whole entire body is actually unbolted off the chassis, except the steering.
The gearbox wasn't
Yeah.
Okay.
disconnected.
Now
yeah.
the suspension is unmodified on the other chassis?
Yeah, I have it put for myself. That kit that's on there is not cheap. I know the other owner bought it, but this is what this came with. Somebody did that so it could roll.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they flop
Yeah, it
out.
was with this flop out.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, you can see what somebody did. They went around with sheet metal screws. If I was going to use it, I was going to go around and weld it
Yeah.
full of sheet metal screws out.
I gotta pull the body. I replaced the panels on my 74 anyway, so.
Yeah, so hey, you could
Another one. Already be in the habit.
Yeah.
What's the best place to source pans around here without paying $100 a piece for freaking shipping?
Oh,
Place down in Tampa.
We have a sponsor called the V-Dub Factory over in Ocala,
Yeah.
and they might actually have pans.
Okay.
They have every
I've never
part you
bought
could
any
possibly
from them,
think
so
of, but
I don't know.
yeah.
Because I don't have freaking rails. I don't have anything on mine. It's bolted it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Straight through. It's like
they're more
some,
expensive when they come like that.
Yeah.
With the tracking on them.
I'm gonna need that setup. I'm probably gonna wind up caging the 74 that I have because it's gonna be my kid's car. So I'm gonna wind up putting a cage in it.
I want to show you one thing back here. Video on it. The guy's father died, and he built this thing for 12 years. I took the motor out and sold it to the guy that bought the 67. But whatever this guy was building it for, he sure the hell built this thing right. I mean, this body came off, and you can tell.
Oh damn. Nice.
If you look underneath, this was built for racing. It had a 1915 in it.
Okay.
It's got the grills over there. He had a cooler set down on there and fans. I got it in the shop.
Right on.
Whole new pedal assembly with roller. See, it was all set. The guy was apparently doing the headliner. Now it's trash, but he was doing the headliner. All that originally was brand new cartridge, but set for.
That's sweet.
Yeah, got a highway flyer gear in it. And see, the whole chassis was painted the color of the car when it was separated.
Right on.
Yeah, all metal braided lines, and it's got like a dune buggy master on the front.
Right on.
Yeah.
Dude spent some money on it.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I got a good deal on it.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, all-wheel disc brakes.
Yeah.
Solid floors.
Yeah. Very
Yeah.
clean. Very nice.
This guy built this by hand. Took him like 11 years.
And he was an engineer, and since COVID hit, he lost his job, and he had to sell his baby, and he actually cried when Fred, our customer, went to go pick this up and buy it.
Look at that crazy shit going on in the front.
And it had a motor in it, but we pulled it out because it was sounding a little weird. Yeah, the spread on
You
that.
can jump 20 feet in this thing.
I mean, your Heim joints might not agree with it.
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know.
I think it's pretty slick.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I can't wait until we get the motor back in it.
it's some neat work.
Yeah.
Maybe just some drifting brakes in it so you can do 360s in the dirt. And this tranny's coming out of this. This is not the tranny that should have been put in it. Put a bus tranny
Yeah, I'm
in it.
surprised he's not going to the bus in there.
Yeah, we've got a bus tranny because we're going to throw the bus tranny in it and then just throw a good running 1600 on it. Let somebody else build it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll
Yeah, he had a,
break a bus train.
what he had, a
It had a
1770 with a single
on it
oil
on
relief.
An H case with single oil relief.
That ain't good.
No. You're just asking to destroy it.
Yeah, it's got a knock in it. It crank right up, but it's got a knock in it.
No.
And it shoot out some
There's
smoke.
just not enough oil flow in there for
No.
But I think the craziest thing on it is probably those arms.
yeah, those control arms.
Yeah,
Ridiculous.
it's a little weird how we set that up.
It is, yeah.
Normally you do an entire housing because straight up and down your shocks
Yeah.
for travel purposes isn't ideal. You actually want them to weight back a little bit. But with standard setup on that, it's band-aided. Normally, like if we were doing a true desert build on this,
Yeah.
that would be an entire arm that
Yeah,
came
this is
up and
out of my
around,
realm.
and they'd wind up actually bolting the hub in from the outside of it, but the entire thing would be encased.
Huh.
It would do the rotors, the whole nine. Everything would be encased within a 11-inch circle.
Yeah, so this actually throws the camber and caster off when you go up.
Yep. It's cool though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
For a home-built piece, not bad.
Yeah, somebody has some fun with it.
Yeah.
It's a little too big for me.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a little wide.
Definitely
A little wide for the setup.
demanding when you get out on the road with this.
Yeah.
It's like I think people are going to stay away from me.
Yeah, be a little scared.
Brake lights up.
Huh?
The brake lights up.
Yeah, he did some
Yeah, I
weird,
think didn't he spray paint them?
weird shit.
And he's got trailer trim.
Some of this is, he kind of took the shortcut.
Yeah, really home styled.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a unique steering setup, I'll give him that.
Yeah.
And that's a rear
It's,
spray.
and it's weird how this is all right there.
Yeah.
But the entire thing swings from the rear.
Oh, this was the back.
It's interesting.
Are these spindles flipped?
That's a good question.
Isn't it?
Like I said,
normally frost
I've been so much stock for so many years. I'm just starting to get into all this
Yeah, we
aftermarket
ain't
stuff.
too custom.
Yeah, if you do wind up running it, I would, because you're not worried about any kind of clearance out here.
Right.
For your own peace of mind, if you do wind up running it, I would put a gusset.
Yeah, I was just sitting here
Something
looking at
back
it.
in here,
Wow,
that is a really terrible design because it's
Yeah.
cut and broken and
Uh-huh.
it we welded in. I'd probably do a plate gusset.
it don't look like
that's
much
broken.
to snap that.
No. And you only have 2 points of contact here, so I would wind up doing a plate, maybe do something sexy where you have a circular
Right.
pattern to it,
All right,
because you actually get strength every time that you have a circle to it.
all right.
So I would wind up doing a plate that plates this entire thing, break
Uh-huh.
it, and then come up maybe with like a cool dimple die in the middle, and
Right.
then radius out. That'll reinforce this entire outside edge, and do it on the lower as well. 'Cause
Huh.
you're just asking for this Guggenheim.
Yeah,
bones to
that's
snap
really
out.
small too.
Yeah, very.
It is.
And most of these guys, when they start building stuff like that, they don't run 120 wall. I mean, that's only that might be 095.
Yeah,
So I put some gussets on there. I wouldn't really worry too much about the Heims, but definitely reinforce
yeah.
out here where this is grabbing in, because it doesn't take but one thing to jam it in, and you just freaking tear off the entire thing.
Oh,
Especially on a rear steer setup.
So
Front steer is
actually,
a little
my jumping 20 feet. Yeah, 20 feet in this thing.
fun. I mean, your Heim joints might not agree with it.
That would all fall off.
You would probably destroy the front end of this thing. If
See
you
how
did
much
Oh,
that.
I know about this
Yeah.
non-stock rail buggy.
There's a little bit to it.
Yeah, hey, well, I can handle this.
There you go.
Yeah, no
I
battery
actually
required.
need one of those on my 74 because mine do not work at all. I actually bought that just
Better
around the
than
corner
the
from here.
string one
Windshield wipers don't work. Look what this boy doing.
where you have your
I've seen the
partner
string one where you pull on it.
Yeah.
That's not too bad. I was playing with the buttons on mine and the actual switch on the column
Uh-huh.
took a dump on me. So the guy who had it before me put in some janky little toggle switch on the dash, and I was driving back in the dark and just happened to hit the switch. And I went up and stopped. I'm like, oh, come on, dude. So I'm flying 60 miles an hour down the highway, reaching in front of me on the windshield to try to pull these things back out of my vision. I just bought it, no tag. I'm like, man, I'm just
That
asking
ain't
for
cool.
problems over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the date Orange Crush. Gil came back to pick up Orange Crush, and it was late, and it was pouring down, raining, and the whole car was done. And then he gets in it, and all of a sudden, now the windshield wipers don't work.
Yeah, it's about saying I got to rebuild pretty much everything on one. I do like the taillight setup on this.
Yeah.
That's pretty slick.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Looked like it came out of a Zuzu truck, like a delivery. They
Yeah.
were in the back of my pest control truck back in the 90s when I looks just like that.
That's pretty cool. Somebody put in some
Because they
time.
mount on any.
Yeah, he did. Well, hey, he cried when he got rid of
You
it.
put that much time into something.
Yeah.
Like, man.
Well, he probably would have cried more if the wheel would have fell off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, all the fenders and the hood and everything are hanging up in the shop.
Okay.
But I did realize that I don't have one of the rear fenders.
Okay.
Yeah, and I do have a steering wheel column, but I don't have the steering wheel. The steering wheel was all, the plastic was all cracked.
Okay.
And I gave it to one of my helpers, autistic son, because he was amazed by it. And he said he'd enjoy the steering wheel.
Is that an aftermarket setup?
No, that's the way Super
that-
Beetles are different.
Is that standard?
Yeah, that's the standard Super Beetle.
The only thing we ever did
It's
to
a
this,
different gearbox too on a Super Beetle.
Okay.
literally the only thing we ever did to this was me come out here and sand this hood a little.
Okay.
That's it.
The last thing you need to do to take it off is pull these 3 bolts. And that's the
And
gearbox.
yeah, and those are disconnected.
Okay.
These.
And then, they're on the beam on a Beetle. So it's completely different.
We were going to swap
Pretty nasty
chassis,
to replace, but
but we've been
I've
so
done it
busy
before,
and
and it's no
then we
fun.
bought that.
To swap that out, or do any work that needs to be done with the body off?
With the body off, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would probably just take the knuckle off and put it on there and see if you got any play in it.
But as you can see,
but you just
Last thing I was doing was using that to cover. Yeah.
That's really not that bad.
No, actually, to be honest, I kind of wish I didn't touch this now because the patina
Yeah.
was just great on it.
These are already disconnected too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the struts. So you don't want to pick it up when we start pushing it.
Yeah.
Or the wheels are gonna clunk. We probably just go ahead and move it into position and put a nut back
Yeah,
on
it
it.
is so it doesn't fall
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're there.
Because I'm gonna try to get both of these on the same 18-foot trailer, which I should be able to do.
Yeah. That little thing over there is a little bit of a pain in the ass to move around.
Yeah.
That is a pain.
Yeah. At least the board's up there.
Yeah, the board wasn't there.
If
We
you
were-
got 2 people on wheels,
Yeah.
and somebody holding the center in, then it's fine.
So really not too shabby. I wonder if this chassis is worth this swapping pans on.
Personally, I think
Either way.
I think the chassis itself is savable, but it does need some love.
Yeah. And that one's pretty much ready to go.
Yeah, which is exactly what we were gonna do. We were just gonna swap it.
Before I forget, this one has perfect doors. They're just freaking perfect. There's no rot, no filler ever put in the bottom of them. And the lip is still there completely. Where the seal goes?
Yeah.
All the way down. Yeah, that's one thing I like about this car.
You're relatively solid.
I'm not sure if you happen to know the artist Little Peep, but Little Peep, he passed away in 2017 from a drug overdose that was laced with fentanyl. And I was going to do this as a tribute car, show your scars.
That's what the show
And it was going to have little, you know, steampunk kind of scars, band-aids around it. And then
the kid's tattooed.
painted pink up and then black from down. And then it would have all his tattoos hand-painted around it.
I always wore bright pink and stuff.
Gotcha.
Dalton likes pink too.
Hey, pink, there's no problem with pink. If you got a problem with pink, you got problems.
With pink when my mom made me wear an Izod pink shirt.
I got an Izod pink shoe.
Cool.
Yeah.
Of course, I changed into my Holy jeans and an
Yeah.
AC/DC t-shirt.
Yeah.
I had to take back in before I got picked up.
Yeah.
Did you do that too?
So this is the trans that you're not so
This
sure
is
about?
the trans I don't know anything about.
Okay.
But the one over on the chassis.
I open them up and refresh
Looks
them,
great.
and then I get to look at the insides of them and put new seals in them and everything.
Right.
Yeah, I actually put a GoPro on and went out here and filmed. So, you know, if you do happen to purchase this, I'll put all those original clips of me working on that car before this
It's gonna go in
in a little video.
another video. It's coming out.
But I came out here and worked on it, sanded it, and unbolted all the bolts. I actually found a wrench between the chassis and the bolt. So I took all the bolts off of the whole entire body that's connected to the chassis, and we found this wrench right under here, holding the body and chassis together. It was basically this wrench like that, but a little bit farther in. That's funny.
Never know when you need spacers.
Yeah.
Actually put the bolts back down.
Yeah, I told him, I was like, how about we just put, you know, the body on this chassis? And he said, look at that. He said, that needs to be fixed first, the bolts. And I was like, yeah, I was like, true, you got a point.
Pull the screws back out. And
Yep.
we'll weld the whole shut.
I mean, it could be worse. It could be like my 74, which has essentially
Oh, no,
no
I
floor
can
pans,
show you
and the
the
guy
worst.
threw brand new ones in, and then just took
Welded it to the car.
No, he took
What?
the freaking tech screws and screwed it down into the rusty one.
No, but the guy that originally owned my 72, he bolted with sheet screws the carpet.
Yeah, the car.
The whole entire carpet in the car had nothing but screws.
Headliner put in with sheet metal screws through the roof.
Oh
Headliner.
my god.
On my 74.
That ain't cool.
And then they just bonded over the screws, ground them down, bonded over. I'm like, you don't have to fix all that.
Yeah, that sounds like a mess.
Bad. But once you get up on top and realize that's where every single one of the rust spots is coming through the Bondo, I'm like, why?
That ain't
why?
cool.
Why would
I've
you
never
possibly
seen
Like
do that?
me, with my car, you could lay under it and you see all the screws sticking out of the ground.
It's amazing when you start catching those on your shoulders when you're working.
Yep.
Headliners.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'll be relatively new. I've been around them a little bit with the drivetrain. I'm familiar with just from building race cars, but
Yeah.
the actual body restoration deal, this is going to be a deal between them. I mean, as a kid.
I'll bet there's more information on these cars than
yeah.
any other one on the planet. Had to buy that sticker I saw on Marketplace says I'm a certified YouTube mechanic.
That's about how I roll.
Of course, if you do happen to purchase it, I'd like to see the future of it.
Yeah.
And we'll stay in contact and I can put those pictures and videos and
We
stuff.
would probably wind up doing, not to piss on anybody else's memory, but probably do a full restoration on it.
Yeah.
Got the sunroof and the mechanisms, the tracks. Of course, you always replace the cables.
Yeah. The 74 is not clean enough.
I'm more familiar with it now because I went through hell on the orange.
So, tomorrow's the day that Guy, yes, his name is Guy, is coming over to purchase this and take it home. Yeah, it's sad we didn't get to finish it, but, you know, we got the 66 Wannabe, so of course, you know, we're gonna take the money from this, put it into the 66 Wannabe. But yeah, he said we'll be able to see the future of it, which is sweet, because that's what I really like, and that's my whole goal here, is to always see the future of projects, even after they're sold. It sucks when you sell a vehicle and you have no idea where it goes and what the person's going to do with it, and you never get to see the outcome. And that used to always happen when we used to restore muscle cars and sell them. We would sell them on eBay and they would just disappear into oblivion, and we would never know what they would do with them. Which sucks, because a lot of the time, back in the day when we restored muscle cars, they would just want a paint job, and we would get the whole paint job done, and then they'd say, all right, you know what, I'm gonna take the car home. We didn't even get the chance to finish the car, and we never got to see the outcome. So, but yeah, we got the deck lid, we got the sunroof and the tracking, we got the 2 front fenders and 1 rear fender. We couldn't find the other rear fender, we couldn't find the rear windshield, and we're still looking for the steering wheel column. But if we find them, you know, they'll be here. They're not going anywhere. But of course, we got the front windshield, the quarter windows, and the door windows all wrapped up for him. So yeah, it's sad to see it go, but we'll see it gone tomorrow. Stay tuned. Hey man, they're here.
Yep, to pick the 72 up. We no longer need it since we have the 66 Wannabe.
Yeah. What's up, man?
No, dude.
Here and I'm going. Ready?
I mean, sort of.
Yep.
It rolls easy.
Yeah.
As far as we can
all the way up.
So, 'cause it's just a pan. So,
Yeah, I wonder if it will.
I don't know.
One way to find out.
Yeah.
I mean, we can toss the tape on it. It's 18 foot on the trailer.
Yeah, red flag. You get something hung out.
I think the back. Yeah, the back would definitely
Think the
go
back
on.
would be better?
Yeah, and that's lighter to hang off.
The back will sneak up underneath that.
Yeah.
Be odd.
Worst comes to worst, I can lift it up and set it on it.
Yeah.
With the whole car?
Yeah. No, I'm standing on top of the tranny.
Oh.
You could have heard the bellows, right?
Yeah, those things are bulletproof. And if worst comes to worst, I mean, couldn't you technically pull off the back 2 tires
Yeah.
and slide it in there? That'd give you more room too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so long as 9 feet.
Yeah, when you have big shoes like him, you don't do amazing tape.
It's 7 in mine, but I wear size 16.
I had a roommate. that
Size
one
12.
time, he was 6'9", and my other roommate was 6'7".
What you got there?
9 foot. What if we offset this one and then we take the tires past?
Each other,
Yeah.
maybe.
Hey, wait.
Huh?
This might be a dumb idea, but I might as well pitch
There is
it.
no dumb ideas.
What about sideways?
That's what I was just
Standing up on its side.
Let's try this. Let's just shift this car over to the driver's side.
We need to lift that frame.
Okay, so we're gonna go there. There we go. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna put the other one.
So the biggest guy here, we're gonna stand here.
Yeah, that's funny how that goes.
Go back first.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Damn, that was good, but
Gotta spin that
it
shit
ain't
again.
gonna work that way. Hey, look, we got the crab walk.
Yeah, look at that crab walk. You see they're putting that on the new Hummers? The Hummer EV? That's crazy.
Yes, 4-wheel steer.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Ow!
Hey, we got dumbbells here.
1, 2, 3.
Oh.
It's definitely the heavier one.
Yeah.
Wrap out there, will do.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, fuck lifting this. Alright, there we go.
Yeah, me and him did that by ourselves.
Alright, shit. It's a disaster. You have to just kind of.
It's definitely a 2-person job up there.
Hey, Joe, so you just take that tire. Joe, just take that tire. Okay, back up.
Ooh, apron.
Oh shit, I didn't think about that.
Let's remove a tire.
And if worst comes to worst, I mean, couldn't you technically pull off the back 2 tires
Yeah.
and slide it in there?
Oh yeah, it'll drop. If we take
Yeah.
the tires off, this whole thing will drop underneath there. We'll get 8 inches.
Yeah, coming off this trailer's gonna suck
Yeah.
at the house.
Yeah, whenever you get it home, send me a picture.
I'm just gonna hook it up to my pickup and just drive it off the trailer.
Nice and easy.
Yeah.
Not necessarily even nice and easy. I'm just gonna snatch off the back.
Okay.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're coming back for that motor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. It'll stay here. It ain't going nowhere. That'd definitely help.
Now it'd be
Yeah, it'll move now. Oh shit, that's body. Oh, there we go.
Wow, okay.
We almost got it.
Are you vlogging?
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, that'll work. Let me go another. Oh, shit, going off.
Right there.
Yeah.
Look at that. You got enough to get the rip out, too.
And we can strap her down. She ain't going nowhere. Bam.
I'm surprised to see that.
Well, there's a will, there's a way, man.
Yeah. That's for sure right there.
Let you do the strapping since it's
Yep,
yours.
I got it.
I ran many a truck. You chain your own shit down, when it falls off, it's your fault.
Yep. I'm just excited to see it all done when it's done.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because he's got another one that he's going to do for He's built Baja sand buggies and all
Oh
that.
yeah, he told us.
Right,
Yeah.
saying,
Built some badass shit.
most I've done is sheet metal and everything. I haven't gotten into frames and
Suspension
roll cages
and all
stuff
that.
like that.
Just doing some research since he was looking. Dude, I was surprised of what these, when you fully restored, what the
yeah.
return is. They're really good
I
return.
sold a Super Beetle 72.
And that wasn't a sunroof. Sunroof probably would have been a little bit more too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They're fun cars, dude.
Yeah.
The people are so great, man, when you go to the events. It's unlike a muscle.
I was trying to get him to soup it up, and he's like, no, man, stock, bone stock.
Nah,
restore."
get him to soup it up. 1776.
That's what I'm trying, man.
With a 110 cam, have a nice little load to it.
2054 and the yellow one over there.
Yeah.
If he does another one, maybe we can double that experiment one.
Man, you should get one. I'm telling you, man. Volkswagens are great. Hey, there's a guy.
Hey,
He's
the
got
guy-
one up
yeah,
there.
the guy
Custom
that
the
owns the
seat
yellow
back.
one, I had to put a custom seats in
yeah.
it for him.
Well, she's getting loaded up.
Yep, so.
Yeah. And he's coming back tomorrow for the motor.
We were gonna,
Yeah.
we were gonna get
Well, it's out of here. We'll definitely get to see the future of it, and we'll keep you guys updated on it. She gone.
It's a
sweet truck.
Yeah.
And it's a sweet sight.
Yeah, it is.
See how good of a job I did on these hubs yesterday.
Yeah.
See you guys.
See you, man. Drive safe.
There she goes.
Here she goes.
72, gonna come back to life in somebody else's possession. Now that we have the 66 wannabe, we don't need it anymore. So pass it on to someone else so they can have some fun too in the VW world.
Yeah. We'll definitely get to see the future of it.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Got all the glass laid out for him. He's coming to pick up the glass and the motor tomorrow. Now I know what you may be saying. Where did that motor come from? Well, actually guys, that motor came out of our 66 wannabe. Yes, we did a compression test in our last video on the 66 wannabe and determined that it was a great motor, but it had a little bit of in-play. So we ended up pulling it out and later found out that the gland nut was actually bad, and all we really could have replaced is the gland nut and popped it back in there. But instead, we wanted to sell it because we wanted to take my old case, my second ever motor that came out of my 72 Beetle. Yes, there's two motors that was in that car, and we would like to make it a 1776 with a 110 cam and dual 34 pit carbs. So stay tuned to see that in a future video of the 66 wannabe and see all the progress we've done to that over the time. But yeah guys, we ended up selling this motor and you know, it's going off to a good home.
It'll be quite a lift to get it up there.
And
That's the same 600.
Edgefields?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cheapest way to go right now.
And them 305s kill me.
I don't mind the taste of the 305s, but the price went up to where I can't justify it anymore.
Yeah.
If I'm going to kill myself, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of money doing it.
Yeah.
there it goes.
I'll get it cleaned up, do something matching with it,
I could have put it back in there, but it's just like, we want to build something nice. I don't want to do it again.
Yeah.
Because I'd end up building a motor and take it back out and put it back in, putting another one in.
We think we're going to go with a 1776.
Yeah.
Just so you get 85, 90 horsepower.
Yeah.
And you can actually hop on like I-75, not be having people push you.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we're going to go on a lot of the VW cruises. We want to be able to keep up with Jawbreaker.
Yeah, yeah, he's got
He got
basically the same build.
Same motor, same.
Yeah.
The gland nut on this, and he said that you thought the valves might be a little bit tight on this thing. Is there anything else you did in the motor?
Oh,
to fire
did
it
you
up?
just do a valve adjustment, put them at 6,000?
Okay.
Yeah. 71 to 73.
71 to 73.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause that car's actual 73. Somebody gorilla fingered a DMV and put 75.
But this is the original motor to that.
Was that 73? Apparently, because it's,
Yeah.
it's the correct year for it.
Okay.
It's really hard to determine original motor in a VW Beetle.
Yeah,
You just kinda-
72 to 73.
the correct year.
Yeah, 48 horsepower is what it says.
But
Yeah.
before firing it up, that's all you do to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just
Valve
fire
adjustment.
right
And it's a
up.
1600cc dual port. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on. There's up.
Yeah, you do a valve adjustment every third oil change, and you should change your oil no later than 1,000 miles. Easy.
Yeah. Definitely
Just
do
put
that.
it on TDC and go 180 back each stop start. TDC will be number 1.
Top dead
180
center.
back will be number 2. 180 back will be number 3. 180 back will be number 4. Yeah. Instead of jumping, people go. If you go the other way, you got to jump back and forth.
Yeah.
And it's nice that you got the actual stock exhaust. And what we would do is we would just sandblast that. Sandblast it and paint it, whatever you want.
Or
Which
paint
we
or
would do
high temp
flat
paint.
black, high temp. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll spruce it up a little bit, but it's gonna stay
Pretty stock.
Yeah.
stock and splice
Yeah.
on that one. I'm not trying to do anything crazy with it.
Yeah.
Those are decent tins too.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. The motor's pretty clean. The rust is what I
Yeah,
mean clean. Yeah. Because these things will vibrate and the tins will crack right here around these. It's not even cracked.
Yeah, somehow my foreman, he picked up this 73 Super Beetle way back in the day. Probably 16, he picked that up for $700. And he daily drove that for, I want to say it was 7 years, and never once adjusted the valves. Wound up blowing black smoke out of it, broke the fan. Somehow we replaced the fan in the car, never pulled the motor out, and it's still sitting in his
Yeah, you
garage.
can do it in the motor. You have to remove the deck lid and the hinge
He's a big
and
ass
then it'll
dude.
clear.
Like, he is a big ass dude, so getting anything of him into that car
Yeah.
must have been a real bitch. But somehow, yeah, he daily drove it for like 7 to 8 years, something like that, and never once did anything to the motor except change the oil.
Huh.
Like, no valve adjustments. I'm like, how in the hell did you
Did
manage
you-
to
yeah.
get that through? It's like, yeah, it eventually started coughing black smoke and wouldn't run anymore, so I gotta go through the engine. I'm like, well, if you got 8 years with no adjustments,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be adjusted every freaking 3,000 at most, like, yeah, you're doing alright, man.
Yeah, you hear that, guys? So you guys need to do your valve adjustments out there with your
Yeah.
VWs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that optimum performance.
Yeah.
At least more often than every 7 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not that big of a deal. It doesn't take that much. It's a pain in the ass on cars like this because you got to remove the exhaust to get to it.
Right. If you run the neoprene valve covers, gaskets,
I use the cork ones. I don't like the neoprene.
the leak,
Yeah.
replace them every single time you pull the.
Yeah, they don't,
Yeah, every time you take the valve cover
wash
off,
the
replace
same
them.
way. They usually come in some of the complete gasket kits.
Yeah.
And I throw them away. I use the cork ones.
Cork ones see a lot better.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, those boots look nice too. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly looking through the receipts, she got all the work done on this motor at Olson's VW, which I want to say is in Tampa area.
Yeah,
and
that carburetor had
brand,
been
it was a,
replaced at that time.
it was a brand new car, but that time that was like 2019 November. So
Well, yeah, it'll be a minute before this thing
Yeah.
gets back to the car.
yeah,
Yep.
here you're putting it in storage for a bit.
Yeah, I sit across the way of my shop.
Yeah.
That with the tranny, just get him out of the car.
And you could go ahead and since you're going to take the flywheel off and the clutch and everything, just pick you up a disc and throw it back in there with the same pressure plate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's only like
and
37 bucks
he even
for a
has
disc.
the ability to hook up heater boxes too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not going to hook up the heater,
Then you can actually
separate those
split those right there
bolts and take
and take
have
those
them come
off
right
because no one needs really
It's
heat
just
in
wrapped
Florida.
around the pipe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then plug these, if you're not using
They're
these,
already
plugged. That
Yeah.
makes the motor cool better. When you have these open, it gets warmer.
But if
So plugging them is more efficient.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
which
yeah.
they're already plugged, which
They're
is good.
already plugged.
But if you were wanting heat, you would have
Then you have
from
to-
here to there, and then you'd have the whole heater box.
Yeah. That one I'll probably redo the heat because
Yeah.
I will be riding on that one. The Baja.
Beetles get a little drafty in the winter.
Yeah. I just dress warm.
Yeah,
Because it's hotter 70% of the time in Florida,
It
maybe
is.
even more than that.
It is.
yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but even if you have everything shut off, you still get a little bit of heat.
And if you
right?
get to, you just open up your windows, crank the car up, let it idle, let
And
the sun dry the windows out.
When you got the heat on, you're losing a little
If someone's an
horsepower.
everyday driver, you want it so you can get your defroster,
Right.
defrost.
Oh yeah, defrosting in a Beetle,
That's the
man.
only
Oh, it's a pain. With the
if you
rain,
don't have that defroster
you're sitting there.
working, your windows roll up. Yeah, it
Well,
gets
74, I'm going to run an AC unit in.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I'm
They
gonna
make
pipe
a
that
better
up
one
through-
that's electric now.
Yeah, that's what I'm going
Yeah.
to run it. That's probably what I'm doing. But I'm going to do the actual defrost vent so it actually hits the windshield, doesn't just blow.
Well, they do the AC. Well, you won't have heat from that.
Right.
And it saves time on the lines and everything. You mount it back here.
Frank Verlone. Yeah.
Air cool full. He puts them back here. He cuts the hole and puts the condenser and fans, and it blows. Yeah, it's sucking down,
Yeah.
and it cools the condenser right there.
Really?
And then his electric pump and everything, and all your lines are there, so it's blowing your cold AC. You never have it coming out the dash or nothing. It
No.
blows right here, and he goes, it'll run you out of the car.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's not that expensive either.
Yeah, the one I was looking at was the under dash unit.
That's
That's-
$2,000.
That's the ball chiller.
Yeah, you can do it so much cheaper.
Yeah.
You do it that way.
Yeah. That's a lot of work up there
Frank
too.
Malone, you can call him and he'll tell you exactly what kit he buys.
Just look up
He has a
aircoolfull.com.
connection down in Miami, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whenever it comes time for you working on the motor, any questions, let us
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
We'll help you. We'll give you
yeah,
tips. Same with Frank Verlone. If you
Yeah.
need anything from him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a ways to go before I get back to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, we're here. We'll be just
Alrighty,
bugging.
man.
I appreciate it. Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
Appreciate it.
Y'all be safe. Be good to
Yeah.
each other.
You have a good day, man.
Yeah, man. I'll
Keep
see
in
you around.
touch through the
Yeah.
channel or
Yeah, I will.
directly.
Yeah, keep me updated on the project.
Yeah,
I
I'll
want to see
send
the
some pictures
future.
and stuff.
Hell yeah.
Have a good one, man.
See you
Yeah.
guys.
See you, man. Well, she's gone, guys. The motor, the windows, the 72 project. Now all that money is going into the 66 wannabe. So stay tuned to see the future on that. Hey guys, it's Dalton. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Now I know this video was filmed a long time ago and it took me 11 months to, ever get to the point of selling the vehicle, but it's sad that we didn't get to finish it and do the little Peep tribute that I wanted to do, but at the same time, it's great that we get to see who owns it and who's going to continue the story in a different form and fashion. And I actually spoke to Guy recently, and he told me he's been super busy working on his demolition derby car and also working on his 74 standard, so he hasn't really had the opportunity to hop on this 72 Super with sunroof. So he'll get onto it at some point, but he'll keep us updated, and we will surely keep you guys updated in a future video. But stay tuned for the 66 wannabe video. It'll be out at some point, but this video had to come out before the 66 wannabe video. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and drop a like, comment, subscribe. Have a just bugging of a day.